Today I'll be sharing my current reads, what I'm currently reading, and what I plan to read in the next couple of days. So let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rachel here. As always, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. You can also like this video as well so that it is referred to other viewers, and you can also share the link to this video or just share the link to my channel so that people can subscribe and get the reading bug as well. I don't know where I came up with that. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about what I'm currently reading and what I plan to read in the next couple of days. Like I said, I just finished a short collection of stories written by a Nigerian writer, and I enjoyed it. That really helped me come out of a reading slump that I was in due to the events that happened in October in Nigeria. You can watch my previous video on that where I share my reading update and where I'm at and just generally what happened and how my reading kind of suffered because of everything that was going on. But today I'm going to be sharing what I just finished reading and what I plan to read in the next couple of days. So I just read this one. It's titled Vault of Secrets. It's by Olukorede S. Yishao, and it was sent to me by the author. I was very intrigued by the title of the book, and I reached out to him and asked for a copy, and I'm really glad that he obliged. So thank you so much, Mr. Yishao, for sending this to me. Now, this is a collection of short stories, and one thing I really liked about this book and why I found it very helpful for me was because it's literally only like 123 pages, and I really like to read short books. And now I am going to give a disclaimer on this on this channel, because when I posted on my Instagram that I loved reading this book because it was short and it's just 123 pages, so people were like, it's 123 pages short. So I had to take a poll on that, and well, majority of people said 123 pages is actually short. So I don't know what you guys may term as short or long, but generally speaking, books that are between 0 to anything less than 200 pages to me is short. Then 200 to and 250 to maybe 350 is of medium length, and then anything maybe 350, 400 and above, that's like a long book, right? So 500 to me is a long book. So I was really excited to get into this one because I was just coming out of a major reading slump and I needed a pick-me-up, and I love having short books that I can read at my disposal. So this is a collection of short stories, and as the title talks about, is Vaults of Secrets. And so generally the theme that centers around all the short stories is that they're secrets that the average person deals with in life. I mean, it was really relatable and it was really genuine, and I sort of enjoyed it because it had a nice vibe to it. Generally, I don't really like to read short stories, to be honest, because they're too short. Just when I'm getting invested in the stories, it ends, and it ends abruptly, and I feel like all my emotions are just thrown to waste, and I have to pick up and go to the next story immediately. I don't even have time to sit down and dwell over what happened the way you would do with a full-length novel. So I typically don't read a lot of short stories, but recently I found that, I mean, hey, if it's something interesting, I know I did a review on Chimeka Garrix's A Broken People's playlist. You guys can check that out, and that was a collection of short stories, and it had a central theme the same way this one has a central theme, and I appreciate short stories that have central themes in general. Olukorede Yishao, he's an associate editor with The Nation, in Lagos, Nigeria-based newspaper where he has worked for over a decade. So he is the author of In the Name of Our Father, his debut novel, and he's concluding work, and he's currently concluding work on his third book, which is titled Like Someone Skating on Thin Ice. I wonder how that would go. Anyway, so let me just read out the synopsis on this book, right? It says at the back, in one story, a conscience takes it upon itself to keep prodding its principal until she tells the truth about the paternity of her 4 children. In another story, a woman cannot live with the result of her promiscuous lifestyle. In the title story, Vaults of Secrets, a man has a special gift of walking into places at the most inopportune times. In another story, a woman facing the death penalty relives the story of a friend who has also suffered the same fate. In yet another prison story, a man comes to terms with his complicity in activism gone wrong. The stories in this collection flirt with the limits of freedom and bondage. They are a means with which Olukorede Yishao explains the nature of man and his ability to choose, more so man's ability to live with the choice he has made. I think that this synopsis does justice to actually what this book is about, and I actually enjoyed the stories. I love the fact that they were real and relatable, yet they were fictional in nature. I'm very interested in knowing what may have inspired some of these stories, but I really enjoyed them. And if you're looking for something short, straight to the point, you know, a collection of short stories that center around secrets that, you know, as human beings we all have secrets, and if you're looking for something of this nature, it be it paternity fraud, infidelity, promiscuous lifestyle, the consequences thereabout, and just maybe activism gone wrong, cultism and the later effects of same, and just a whole lot of things that I really don't want to give any spoilers on. But yeah, if you're looking for something like that that is short, then you can definitely pick up this novel. I actually enjoyed it, and I like the fact that it served the purpose that it needed to serve in my life, which was to pick me up, get me out of a reading slump, and make me feel like, okay, I can actually continue reading more books for the rest of the year. So my favorites in this book are My Mother's Father is My Father, Open Wound, and Better Than the Devil. I really enjoyed those stories. I thought that they were nice. They touched me in very interesting ways. Next up, I intend to read The Fisherman by Chigozie Obioma. I'm hoping to finish this book literally in like 2 days, even if it's almost 300 pages, but I'm hoping to read this in 2 days so that I can read the next book, which I'm coming to. So this book was initially supposed to be part of my October TBR, but then of course, as as life goes on, things happen and it was not. So I'm finally going to get into it and I'm going to see what it's about. It's by Chigozie Obioma, and this book was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize in 2015. And I'm going to read out the synopsis so that you guys know what it's about. 9-year-old Benjamin is the youngest of 4 brothers. They live in the rocky hills of Akure. When their civil servant father is transferred to another town, the boys begin misbehaving, smashing windows, severing chicken heads, and playing truants to follow billionaire politician MKO Abiola's campaign trail. For 6 weeks, they take to fishing in the forbidden Omiala River. There, they run into Abulu, a filthy yet visionary madman whose pronouncement that the eldest boy, Ikenna, will be killed places a dark and fearful cloud over the brothers. If the prophecy is true, which of them will be the murderer? Abulu's words have devastating yet redemptive consequences for the family, as guilt and sadness bind the brothers while their parents sink into despair. With this remarkable and almost biblical parable set in the Abacha years of 1990s Nigeria, Chigozie Obioma announces his presence as a powerful new voice in Nigerian fiction. So if you've been watching my videos, you will know that I've really been meaning to get into Chigozie Obioma's books for quite the longest of times, and I'm finally going to do that. So by the time this video probably comes up later this week, hopefully I would have finished reading this book, work and scheduling and all of that permitting. So let's see how it goes. If you have read this book, please let me know in the comments, and if you've read Vaults of Secrets or is something that you plan to read as well, please let me know in the comments. The next book I'm trying to get into this week is Nigeria Soldiers of Fortune by Max Yolun, which is a political history and historical non-fiction book. Max Yolun does an amazing job when it comes to research on Nigerian political history and history in general. Max Yolun is a Nigerian historian, writer, and author who specializes in post-independence Nigerian history. He has been described as standing unchallenged in contemporary times as the chronicler-in-chief of the Nigerian military. And I think that just seeing what other people have written about this book, like in Nigeria Soldiers of Fortune, Max Yolun has succeeded remarkably in accomplishing what many have failed to achieve, disentangling in a lively yet dispassionate style the web of intrigue, brinkmanship, patriotism, nepotism, ethno-religionalism, courage and flamboyance associated with post-colonial Nigeria. So if you're looking for a book, you know, that really goes in depth in Nigerian politics, then you should pick up Max Yolo's books. The first one is Oil, Politics and Violence, the second one is Soldiers of Fortune, and the third one is Nigeria Soldiers of Fortune. We selected this book as our book of the month of October to read this book, but obviously you guys know how my October went, so I couldn't even read anything. And our book club meet comes up the first Saturday of November, so I'm hoping that I would finish reading this book before that particular day. So I'm excited to be reading The Fisherman and this Nigeria Soldiers of Fortune, and I will share my thoughts on these books when I am done with them. So please let me know what you are currently reading or what you plan to read in the next couple of days. If you're in a reading slump, please let me know as well. You can also watch the video that I put up some months ago sharing some tips of how to come out of a reading slump, and I know that even I'm trying to practice some of those tips as well currently, so that I can get myself out fully of the reading slump that I was in earlier in the past month. So let me know how it's going for you in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.